do a random show. Let's go with it. Really appreciate you all. All right. One day at a time, one movement at a time. Shout out to Monreal and Morrell. Shout out to both of you all for joining the membership squad. Everybody know how that goes, right? Help growing the nation one day at a time, one movement at a time. Oh, we're going to talk about this. Real talk. Really appreciate you all. Really do. Let's go. Phone lines will be lit tonight as well. My thing is, Cowboy Nation, as we began to talk a little bit about the moves and the possibilities and the upcoming weeks of the Dallas Cowboys. You know the schedule come out May 9th. They are continuing to have high hopes on starting the season on time. We talked about that earlier this week, and shout out to those who made it out to this Friday night. Really appreciate you all. Here's the thing. We look at this team and we say to ourselves, man, it's been a long journey. It's been a long ride, right? It's been one of those things. Shout out to you, Leron. Shout out to you, Islam. And shout out to you, Amir, Joyce, and as well as who else we have here? Evans and Robertson. Really appreciate you all. Do you think we would draft Jalen Hurts? I don't know. My thing is this Cowboys organization, we're so divided, man. We are so divided. And when I say this, it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on again of people. Some people have their hopes on the quarterback. Some people don't have their hopes on the quarterback. And then with this organization, we don't know whether or not, the Jason Garrett field is going to be over with. Some people look at it like that. Shout out to you, Andrea. Really appreciate you for tuning in. Some people look at it like, man, this is a new leaf. Why not be all upset? That's a better way to put it. Why be all upset about these things? So that is what's going on with me, is that some of these fans, as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys, I have no problems, no ill will towards Redskin fans and Giants fans and the Eagles fans, believe it or not. They look at it like they scared in a sense. They look at it like, man, you get a new coach out there with this type of talent. We can't just skate by and know what's coming from Jason Garrett. That's how they look at it. But our Cowboys fans, boy, they so negative. And you would think that, look, Cowboy fans are so negative. Some of them, not all of you guys, not those that's watching right now. Shout out to you, Jonathan and Christopher. Not you guys. Some of the other Cowboy fans are so negative. They can walk into a black room and just start developing. That's how negative they are with this team. And I'm sitting there like, man, we have yet to play a down of football, but people are so negative. That's just the craziest thing of all. And when we look at it, we say to ourselves, okay, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but let's not look at it in those factors. The phone lines are not open yet, but I just want you guys to jot that number down, 682-214-4087. And when we get the phone lines rocking and rolling, we will entertain some of this stuff. I have to bring this up, although this is negative news. 2020 NFL draft prospect Mekhi Becton was flagged for the scouting combine per report for, I guess, a bad test. Let that sink in. A bad test, basically. And this could be a blessing in disguise, because with that being said, Mekhi Becton, he's a guy that we can really look at, and his numbers might drop as it relates to this draft. And it says in this report, they was talking about the fact that it looks like the 21-year-old failed his drug test, basically. and that's stage 1. So he's already going into the drug intervention program. We do know that the substance abuse is different from, dare I say, marijuana, what have you. So it could be a situation where he want to juice up a little bit, you know. He wanted to get that thing going for him, try to do more bench reps or push-ups, whatever it may be. And it could be a situation whereas we can find a blessing in disguise. I'm going to look at you guys' comment and see how you guys feel about Mekhi Becton. He's a top 5, top 6, top 10 talent. If he dropped to the 17th pick, would you entertain that? These youngsters, him, Zach Barn, I think that's how you say that man's name. They're really not fans, Law. This is from Jeff Price. You talking about the old situation. Most Stephen A. Smith is negative. Yeah, Dallas Cowboys all day. This is from Chico. Shout out to you, Chico and Hap. Man, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for sharing the content. Shout out to you, Big Game James. Everything else remained the same. BJ, what's good with you? Thank you for tuning in. So we look at all of those things. Remember, the draft is such it's like a greasy BB. It's hard to catch, Some people that you can say to yourself, man, this is going to be top 5 talent. This is going to be top 10 talent. Oh, this guy's going to be trash. This guy's going to be garbage. Then they come out blazing, Or the guy that you thought for sure is going to be the end-all, be-all never makes it to what you expect him to be. And then all of a sudden in the 4th round, you see a quarterback that wins 40 games, only lost 24, and I do know that the quarterback get all of the credit and all of the blame, but when you're 40-24, you can say to yourself, man, what if I told you guys, like ESPN 30 for 30, what if I told you that you will have a quarterback in 2016 and it's the year 2020, and you would say to yourself, this quarterback will be 40-24? What would you say? Would you take that deal? Would you take that deal? Regardless of the quarterback, would you say, if I said, okay, this guy in 2016, he's going to be drafted to the Cowboys, your record is going to be 40-24. Would you take that deal? Yes or no? Yes or no? I like to put people in those situations. Shout out to you, Daryl, for tuning in to the Periscope, man. I really appreciate you. Man, I'm live on multiple platforms, so I really appreciate you. Von Miller was tested positive for the COVID. Yes, Jonathan Durbin. Yeah. And he's still in Colorado. He's not made it back to the Texas home yet, and he's going to stay quarantined there. Our prayers, our hopes, and our loves and our wishes are out to him. Let me see if I can type in Von Miller situation to see how he's doing as relates to that COVID situation. We just got to take better care of ourselves and be very, very, very cautious of these type of things and these sort of things. That's just how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Walt Disney. Let me go out of here. You know how Walt Disney do. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to play the video, of course. All right, so it says a linebacker who is now quarantined. He is quarantined, and he's still in Denver. That's the last news that we heard from good old Von Miller. Hopefully, the 8-time Pro Bowl will be okay, and the 8-time Pro Bowler. What keeps me at peace is that I did everything that I was supposed to do. This is what Von Miller, I didn't know he made a statement on it. Maybe he have a visual or audio statement you guys can find on YouTube or what have you. He says he said he did everything that's possible for him to not get it, and he got it. He said he's now resting at home, and I've been at home for about a month now, and probably left the house to total of 4 times, and I left and I didn't get out of my car or anything like that. That's what he's saying in this particular excerpt. So basically, he got audio of it. I will click onto it But we know how ESPN does with their audio clips, and I can't play it live over the airways there. But I will say that check that link out. I will post it in the comment box. Let me do that for you all so you guys can check it out independently on your own time. Let me go right here, and we will exit that out. Yeah, so the link will be in the description right here. You guys can check it out to see whether or not, what he was saying, what all he did, what was his process, what were his procedures and things like that. Shout out to you, Brandon. Thank you so much for making the donation to help grow the nation. Okay, I'm going to turn the phone lines on since you made the prompt donation there. And thank you for making the donation on the late night. Let the AI speak.
About to call in. Let's talk about this year's opponents.
Mm-hmm. Most certainly. We can talk about this year's opponents. Yes, indeed. Right, bam. Phone lines will be open, and they are open. Y'all check that link out, and 910, you can get back in. There we go. You're live on the nation. Talk to me.
Wild line.
Hey, man, what's good?
Calling out of VA, baby.
You safe out there?
Yeah, I'm safe, brother.
That's what I'm
Count
talking
down
about.
the days.
Yes, indeed. I can't wait for this draft to kick on in and things like that.
Yeah, got us caught up in the mix out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You provide relief, brother. You provide a lot of relief right now.
Appreciate it, man.
Just want to let everybody know, man, y'all be safe out here. It's serious. Very serious. And check on the elders, most definitely. Every day, if y'all got elder neighbors, check up on them.
Yeah, and let me do this too. There's a website that people can utilize and use. It's called Instacart. I know a lot of people is on Instagram, but this website is Instacart, and it allows you to order supplies and things like that, like Amazon. But you can order supplies from it, and they'll drop it off at your front door, and they are already. And then you can spray, your food or what have you, or whatever they drop off with Lysol and wait for a couple of minutes before you touch it, what have you. And it's a wonderful, unique website. I'm going to post it in the description box or the chat there for everybody to go to. But it's called Instacart.com.
Most definitely. That's a good look, Law.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to help the nation, man.
Yeah, I do healthcare. I'm a counselor. I work with kids and adults with schizophrenia, so I'm hands-on majority of the time. They got us doing telehealth care to let us get over a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's going to be some days I'm going to have to go out there and take my people out to their appointments and everything.
Oh, wow. So you got to physically touch and move and all that.
Go out there, man.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man, whereas like Von Miller was saying, he was saying that he did everything by the ladder, But my thing is it's kind of like, how can I put this? Have you ever had the chicken pops or the ringworm or something like that?
Yeah.
It's like you're going to get it, It's just like, when did you get it? When did you get it so you can get it rectified? And it's similar to what this thing seems to be, unfortunately.
Most definitely, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. But let's talk football, man. Let's get everybody depressed, man. Let's talk about this potential. Who we got on the schedule this year, man? We got what divisions we playing this year? NFC South? No. NFC West?
Man, you charging my mind now, man. Y'all help me out, man. Y'all help us out on the live feed.
We got NFC West, and we got AFC North.
Wow.
So let's start on this AFC North.
All right.
Okay. The Browns. We should handle the Browns.
Right. We play the Falcons, too. Browns, Falcons.
Yeah. Bengals.
That's
a W.
Okay.
We playing Pittsburgh in Dallas. The last time we played Pittsburgh in Dallas, it felt like a Pittsburgh home game.
It
but
was.
I feel like we can get that. I feel like we can get that dub too. And the one I'm worried about is Lamar.
Oh, you talking about old Ravens?
Yeah, the Ravens coming to Maryland.
Is it a home game or away game?
It's gonna be home game. We beat them last time.
We beat them last time at home, and that was a brutal game. It was a brutal game. They folded Dak Prescott up like a pretzel. And I was telling a lot of people, man. I was like, man, Tony Romo better been glad he didn't play that year because, man, I said, man, but he survived. And I think that the defense that the Ravens got, they went and got some reassurance on their front four. They got Calais Campbell. They got the Wolf guy. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be a battle.
You still got Peters. You got Thomas. Ran the car out there. Like, because I'm in Virginia, so I got to watch all Ravens games. And the team, that other team, in the capital city. But the Ravens defense is most definitely real. Now let's get to this AFC West. The Arizona Cardinals going to test our secondary, brother.
Yeah, most definitely D-Hop. Oh my goodness.
Most definitely, man. I feel like it's going to be a shootout with those guys, man. They don't go no holds barred.
And then you got a quarterback that can run. You got a quarterback that can run that's accurate. He's not a pocket guy, and we had issues. Now, I do know that it was just going to be a different defense strategy. But if you don't hit him early and often, you could be one of those games where it could be crazy for us,
And the way Tyler throws, he throws like Jason Kidd, Steve Nash. He throws up. He don't throw down.
Right.
So even though he's short, he's throwing up. And they have some tall receivers. But I feel like we can get that dub. Then we don't play Seattle. I believe we play Seattle in Seattle this time.
Oh, good old Russ.
Oof. I might take that L. The Rams. We don't play the Rams in L.A. So that's going to be a Cowboys home game.
I just want to get golf back every time I can see it, man. It could be a Cowboys home game, but
too.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And their cornerbacks is looking suspect, so I feel like we can get that one. Then we don't have to go to San Fran.
Oh, we got to play San Francisco too.
Yeah, we got to play the West.
Oh my goodness! I should have been looking at this. I should have been looking at this chart again. That's why I can't wait till May 9th. I was just waiting till May 9th, but you did already did your homework. I know for sure.
You know all
I already know. I know for sure we had to play those Falcons.
Brown out here.
Yeah.
I'm telling it.
Yeah, but you know about the Falcons. I look at the Falcons like this. They play better week 1, week 2, week 3, but in the tail end of the season they fold. So it just depends when we play the Falcons. Whether or not you get the hot Matt Ryan.
Playing us, they get hype.
They do.
Atlanta gets hype. But we play them in Dallas, right? We should be playing them in Dallas this year.
Should we?
We went to Atlanta twice.
Oh,
you already went to Atlanta twice.
Wow.
Because what game was that? The left tackle game when Dak got sacked like 8 times.
That game broke him, man.
Yeah, that game really.
That was the game.
It got us to the point we at right now with a new coaching staff, a new regime. That game right there. And just listen to Stephen today talking about the multiple fronts. Like I was saying last week, our versatility on that line, man. I'm gonna see a lot of people standing up. I'm gonna see, and for the teams who will run, like the Minnesotas of the world, we'll just stack it up, play that 4-3. The Clevelands of the world, but we have to get exotic. But Poe and what's the other man named McCoy. They have to be on point against Lamar. They don't have to be on point.
Yeah.
And
our safety's got to be on point too. Because those tight ends, those tall are safeties.
Oh, yeah,
they're going to kill the middle.
That's why I was like, maybe we need another linebacker. Like, I love you, LVE, but, man, I don't play.
Right.
I'd rather be too deep at each position than just giving it off to a bum who will just play special teams. You know what I mean?
You know what you just wrote out to everybody? We need defense.
We need defense.
We need defense because I don't care. I know for sure we put up 25 to 26 points, 27 points. And that's what we had last year with Coach Redball. I look at it like this now, and I'm sitting here saying now if we can bring some defense to the table because we're going to play against some good quarterbacks and good wide receivers.
We're going against good quarterbacks and wide receivers.
And this could be I love Baker Mayfield. This could be his coming out year, because it takes time for quarterbacks.
Yeah, he could be a breakout.
This can be a breakout year for him. Things can start slowing down.
Slow down.
Yeah.
And Odell still playing against us. He's going to be hyped,
Right.
So, like, everybody coming for our neck.
True.
And I was watching earlier today on NFL Throwback, the YouTube channel. They had the Aaron Rodgers draft.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize we got our whole defensive line in that draft. We got Spears. We got DeMarcus Ware.
Mm-hmm.
We got what's the old buddy in the middle from Auburn?
Not Jay, didn't we? Nah, he.
Yeah. We got Jay. We got Jay Rattler. And I believe we got somebody else, but like we just got to put full force. We don't need a safety.
Mm-hmm.
We need depth at linebacker. I want Jalen to get on the outside in that 3-4. I want Jalen going to the quarterback.
Yeah.
I feel Jalen would cause quarterback injuries. Jalen would cause quarterbacks to be shaking their feet, throwing it out of bounds. Like him, DeMarcus need that at least two other people to help him get there. Like DeMarcus, he be there. It's just that extra tenth of a second.
Yeah, he's so technical with his hands, and I looked at most of his film. He had 5 sacks, which were good last year, the way he got them. But when I look at his overall tape, 2 and 3, and I know we paying him the big cheese, but now I look at it like put 2 or 3 on him now. I want you to do that. I want you to do that because now McCoy is going to eat. The Poes of the world is going to eat. And if whoever else we draft in this draft, maybe if we draft early, the young kid's going to eat too on the right side. So I like that aspect of it. Or even if we get a Kenneth Murray, I can just close my eyes and imagine just being so stout in the linebacking role.
Alden and Randy, man, it's going to be a resurgence. Similar to Ricky Williams. It's going to be a resurgence for them young fellas, man.
Yeah.
Because Thomas Sully actually used to coach at a small college in North Carolina.
But
he know how to coach that line, man. Even that safety from Lenore Ryan, because Lenore Ryan is in Carolina. Keep an eye on him because he a beast. And even in my school, North Carolina A&T, we got a cornerback pretty good. Like them late rounds, we need to try to get them gems that we just been like Xavier Woods. Like we can find like that. I feel like we do not place enough emphasis on them gems in them later rounds, man.
It could be your boy Troy Pride.
It
could be Troy Pride,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always want to go with the cliche, let's get a Big 10, let's get a Big 12, SEC. But when you look at it, man, we can get an ill wide receiver, ill safety, maybe a bigger, strong safety, turn them into linebacker. I feel we need more hybrid players. That's why I like your point of putting Cheeto back there at safety.
Oh yeah, man. I just feel like Cheeto, his ability, man. He's not physical enough on the outside by himself, but I think that if you put him inside, I think that physicality that he brings to the table, even if you try to blitz him inside, and knowing that he have now two opposed to just one above him, I think that would be a better better situation for us, man. Real talk.
Because I'm looking at the league, it's rarely a combination of a true free safety and a true strong safety. You feel me? A lot of these teams got two free safeties back there, basically, or a converted cornerback playing safety for the speed factor. And we need all the speed we need because we trying to make it to that next level. 49ers got speed out there.
They do.
The Cardinals don't have some speed, but as
Christian
we
Kirk,
progress in the playoffs,
we
don't know what Minnesota going to do at that wide receiver position. New Orleans still got lethal wide receivers, and we ain't even brung up Brady, dog.
we got our hands full, man. But here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna let you call back in. I'm gonna let somebody else get on the line, fam. But man, you brought up some 5 points, fam. You did.
So long line, baby.
Yes,
like 1995.
Salute, bro.
Salute.
That's a good call, man. Good call from the 9-10, man. Boy, we got our hands full, man. 682-214-4087. If you just call, if you get the voicemail, leave a voicemail. Also, you can always text this number. That's the best way. So when I'm not live on the show or what have you, send me a text. Hit me up that way. I've been seeing a lot of people been calling me even when I'm offline, and you're going to get their voicemail. So let's see what we have here from the 912. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the nation. You're live. You're live. Talk to me, 912. He got a little delay. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the nation. All right, call back 912. I was listening to myself. I said, man, I sound pretty good, all right? Amik Robertson, he's one of my dogs too, Dre, the great. He's one of my dogs, man. All right, here we go. 912, you live.
What's going on, Law? I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
Do you think Dak going to get traded?
Nah, I don't think you're going to trade. Turn your radio down just a little bit so we won't hear the reverb.
Like I see, like when I look online about the rumors about Dak being traded to the Dolphins, is that true?
Oh no, that was a Photoshop deal, and somebody spread it out through the world, and people got to clicking on it. He's not traded to the Dolphins.
Right,
it would have broke the TVs, man. It would have broke all of the internet.
Yes, I know. Like Jenny Slater would have reported it. I just want to make sure because I see like every time you turn on Facebook, they always talk about Dak going to be traded.
Yeah. It's Jerry Jones doing Jerry Jones things, right? Jerry Jones lived for this moment to spread this thing out and try to get cute. He might not sign the deal until July the 15th. That's the deadline. They might make a deal around that time.
All right. Thank you, Law. That's all I want to know.
10-4, fam. Salute. It's a good call from the 912. Jumped in and jumped right on out of there. Yeah, you guys got to be careful of the clickbaits out there and the fake information out there. Trust people, but verify it. Not saying that you got to verify with somebody with the blue check mark by their name, but check multiple resources from trusted sources, people that have been, reliable with their information before you share and things like that. Because a lot of people, man, they're trying to get that hype, and you know how that goes. You know, I think that with Dak Prescott, I think that Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Charlotte Jones, Jerry Jr., all of the Joneses are doing a very, very bad services as it relates to representation. And I have to say that because I did the analogy earlier. When you are the face of the franchise, you make sure that you don't get your name smeared, sullied around, and you make sure that you take good care of that person, even when it's bad situation that's going on, even when you don't agree with certain situations. So my thing is with Dak Prescott, I've seen people say that he's greedy. I've seen people say that he's selfish. I've seen people say that he's trash. I've seen people to say that he's not worth the grain of salt. And what I'm looking at when people say that is that you only have one side of the coin. The entire contract is not out there to the public, but all we hear is the negative side of it, and people wrap their opinions and wrap their thoughts around it, which is not fair. I think that handling these type of situations through the media is never a good look, regardless of how you look at it, regardless of what type of business structure you are in, or even a family member. I mean, people have their disagreements all the time. You know, somebody might have forgot to take out the trash, but you don't broadcast it to the world and say, well, my wife don't take out the trash, or my husband don't take out the trash, or my son don't take out the trash, and having the neighbors from down the street saying, oh, man, that's a horrible lifestyle that these guys do because they don't take out the trash. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Heath says, what are you drinking, Law? I'm drinking some good old quality H2O, water in the cup. Water is good for you. It's essential to the soul, right? So shout out to you, though. Jonathan. Shout out to you, Jonathan, man. Post me your thoughts again. He says, I didn't get a chance to read it all there. All Eagles fans are the worst football fans. This is from Hernandez. Well, it is what it is. Hector, thank you for tuning in to the nation. I think Cheeto is a best fitted as a safety. This is from Dusty. My thing is with Cheeto, like I said, I think that he's always around the ball. He's closer to the ball or what have you. He just can't get his head around and get the interception. So hopefully when he plays, I guess, in a different slot, maybe he can get some of that work action. 9-10, you back in. Talk to me.
Yo, you already know what this is.
Locks, man, right?
Yeah. You already know I call it.
Yeah.
I call it. I call it every time you open the lines up.
I know, man. You holding it down. I saw where you said that you didn't get the notification, right?
Yeah. I happened to get on YouTube and I clicked on refresh, and then I seen your page, and then I was like, oh, he live, and then I clicked on the thing, and it said you've been live for 14 minutes. I was like, wow, because I missed. Yeah, because I missed like the last two shows. I was like,
yeah,
I had just caught this one. Yeah,
it's been crazy, man. I think that they are working on a lot of things, and my channel been all mixed up and jumbled up. But I'm glad you are able to talk to me, man, and get what's out on your mind. I'm glad, we alive.
Yeah. Okay. As far as cornerbacks, I want to give you three names, and I don't know if you looked them up or not. But if you know about these guys, I want to ask you three questions about three cornerbacks, and I want you to give me a little quick assessment on these guys if you know anything about them.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Reggie Robinson II from Tulsa?
Nah, I don't know nothing about Reggie Robinson II from Tulsa. I don't know about him.
Okay. What about Jalen Johnson from Utah?
I do know Jalen. I did get a chance to view and look at his film or what have you. He's better. All right, give me the other person so that I can just break it all down in one swoop.
Okay, and the other one is Bryce Hall from Virginia.
Okay, Bryce Hall, he's more physical, and Jalen Johnson, he's physical too as well. But I don't know about the Reggie guy, and y'all can probably help me out. I'm not the guy that they got a chance to look at all of the film, but I did get a chance to look at Bryce Hall, and I think that out of Bryce Hall and Jalen Johnson, I got Jalen Johnson just right next to Bryce Hall, but Bryce Hall is pretty bad though. He can redirect pretty well. He's not the smallest guy, so he's bigger in a sense, so he can redirect and share to get you out of bounds. And he's physical, meaning that at the top of the route, whereas the officials allow you to get physical, he will put his hands on you.
Okay.
Mhm.
If what if you were the Cowboys, what round would you draft either one of those guys?
Oh my goodness. This would be a situation where is the Bryce Hall kid and the Jalen Johnson, they may go mid or really late second or early third. So if I'm the Cowboys, if I got high hopes for those guys to be on this particular team, then I figure out a way. I would flat out figure out a way to move up a little bit to make sure I secure that spot. Now, here's the situation though. It's depending on who we get in the first and the second dictate what we do in the third and the fourth. So hopefully we aggressive in the first and the second, and then we can start looking at maybe wide receivers in the third and the fourth, opposed to looking at defensive players, because I'm a defensive-minded person.
Okay. Oh, matter of fact, I forgot to do Amik Robinson. What you think about Amik Robinson?
Now he's feisty. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he will punch you in the mouth and will not ask you, are you okay? You know, he's one of those guys, if I can put it in better terms. And I like his feistiness. Just don't pay attention to his size. I think that if you look at it, he can give you two type of roles. He can play inside the slot in. He can play on the boundary side or on the corner side. And if you think about this particular team and what we're talking about doing with Cheeto, maybe, just maybe, kick Cheeto inside and you have Jalen, not Jalen, but I got Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis on one side as a corner, and then you have this guy, Amik Robinson, to rotate on the other side. It would be nasty, man, for us. It will be.
Okay. Okay. And before I hang up, before I leave, I'm gonna ask you three more questions about safety, because I know you've been looking at safety.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a dude by the name of Tanner Muse from Clemson. Have you seen him play? You know anything about him?
Yeah. Fast, Eddie. Fast. We ran a 4-4. The boy can roll.
And he like 6'2", like 227 or something like that.
Yeah, he's a box kid, so he's a box and he can play. He can give you some special team because we need special team guys. He's physical in the sense that he don't give up on plays, and he plays, like I say, he plays through the echoes of the whistle. I've seen this guy Hawk. I'm talking about Hawk a brother down and still made the tackle. I think that he will be a good late round steal, believe it or not.
Okay. And what about Kyle Duggar?
Oh, my goodness.
I think it's Kyle Duggar.
Yeah, the good old Kyle. My thing is with Kyle, when you think about it, when you think about Kyle Duggar, yes, he played in a small school. But one thing we wanted to see out of the Senior Bowl, can some of those skill set transition, just like Bradley Anu, the defensive edge guy or outside linebacker that played for Utah. Those guys showed up in the Senior Bowl. Now, although Kyle Duggar didn't do a lot in the game or what have you, but during the one-on-one and the situational drills, he was the guy that everybody like, look, this stuff can transition over. So I like the Kyle Duggars of the world. I think that he will be a great pickup, and I think that he would not make it to the third round. I think you'll have to spend some good, valuable resources to figure out a way to get this kid in the late second.
Okay, my last one before I hang up. This guy has seemed to have been slipping lately, and I've been looking at him, and I don't know if he has slipped this far in the second round, but Grant Delpit. What you think about Grant?
All right. The thing is with Grant Delpit, in Rob Marinelli's system, I'll be all on the board talking about, let's go grab him, let's get him, right? But in this new system, I'm like, man, 2 tiers in a bucket, pluck it, man. Give me McKinney, But he is a guy that's rangy. He's like pretty much a cornerback playing at a safety role that can occasionally, and I'm using this word, and I'm prefacing my statement with using the word occasionally, can hit you, But he's not a true hitter. And my thing is, we love everything about Jeff Heath outside of the fact that he can't hit, you see. So it's going to be something similar like that. I think he got a high ceiling. We will see what system he goes to. But if the Cowboys pick up a Grant Delpit, I would not be mad though, because I'll be looking at this ceiling opposed to where he at now.
Okay. Hey, appreciate the call, man. Hold it down.
Appreciate you, man, for jogging my memory on this thing. And I'll look up Reggie Robinson tonight, man, when I get off or what have you.
Okay. Appreciate you. I'll let you.
Salute, bro. That was a good call from the 910, my guy, Locks. Man, y'all probably see him in the comment box, man, regulating over here and these sort of things. So as you guys can see, I did like a mini mock draft while he was on the phone or what have you. So just 4 rounds, and I'm just going to see what we got. Feel free to call in at 682-214-4087. And with the 17th pick, the Cowboys pick up my dog, Xavier McKinney. So what we're going to do here is we can figure out a way to see where this team is going to be at. And hopefully they could be at where we do these little quick mock drafts at. Because 9 times out of 10, all of these guys can come into the system, be under this particular new head coach, and figure out ways to just show up and show out. All of these guys. But it takes time for these guys to develop. Just like last year's draft, we can't say that Tristan Hill is garbage. We can't say that Tristan Hill is trash. It takes time for these boys to develop. And normally the rule of thumb is 3 years. That's the rule of thumb. Reggie is physical. This is from Say Prime. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at his tape, man, and see what he is. Law Robinson and Lewis will be very good together. Yes, indeed, man. You talking about it, Meek, right? Standalone complex franchise and Dak makes him cheaper. I'm good with giving him a tag for 2 years, then see what the long reasonable deal will be. This is from standalone complex. I agree with what you're saying with the franchise tag of Dak Prescott. However, the franchise tag, all it does is muddy the waters, though. It muddies the water. 773, you're live. Turn your radio down. What's good, 773? You're live on the Law Nation show.
Up, bro?
Talk to me.
Man, I don't know, man. Trying to figure out what we're going to do in the draft, man.
Defense.
I know, but, I mean, I'm thinking, I want to go straight D, but if Henry Ruggs is there or Jerry Jeudy, or CeeDee Lamb, are we taking one of them?
Oh my goodness! You putting hard problems in front of me, but that's what life is about, right? Hard problems.
Right.
If CeeDee Lamb dropped, there'll be something weird, right? It'd be like, why? What's going on? Did he found something? Did he do something illegally? The day before or something like that.
Yeah.
So we can scratch CeeDee Lamb out the picture, right? We can just say, okay, he's not going to be there. Judy, it could be a slim chance that he's there, and then you can start talking about your Weapon X guys like the Ruggs or what have you, because he's so quick, and you just got to look at him like, man, he's the X factor. And
right.
Oh my goodness, man, I like Ruggs. I like Ruggs as it relates to, put it like this, I kid you not, don't crucify me. Ruggs will be more beneficial to this team year one than a CeeDee Lamb, believe it or not. You know why? Because, year one, by year 3, CeeDee Lamb is going to be like, the ceiling is so high for that brother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you could insert Ruggs in so many ways. Talk to me.
I said CeeDee Lamb going to be a true number 1 wideout by year 3 by far,
Yeah. Yeah, and by anybody that you draft in the first, you got that 5-year deal or a 5-year option. There's just so many things you can do with that, and by them not being able to hold out now in the future, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy because they can take that money away from them, and it's just so many things, man.
I just know. I know if to say all three of them off. If C.J. Henderson is on the board, as soon as the Falcons pick, I'm immediately calling in, turning that card in for C.J. Henderson.
Yeah, because that C.J. Henderson, okay, he's a 4.3 guy, right? He got length. He's a guy that we can look at it. Here's a good way to look at it, right? You can hide a safety, a bad safety that plays horrible. You can hide that in your defense, right?
Right.
You probably can hide, you can hide a weak interior defensive front like we did. We put Reed out there a couple of years ago, a guy that wore number 51. We put some guys that kind of folded up like lawn chairs, and we said, okay, we're just going to rotate and we're going to try to speed rush, but they couldn't stop the bleeding. They couldn't stop nobody from running, right?
Right.
And most teams normally pass opposed to run, but when teams realize, say, man, you know what? The Dallas Cowboys got a chink in their armor. These boys ain't about hitting. These boys are not about tackling. We just going to run right at the teeth of the Cowboys and watch how we start chipping those teeth and start caving in on their mouths. And then we're going to let them know that we're going to set the tone. And that's what they did to beat the Cowboys. And I think the team that laid the blueprint out there was the Denver Broncos one year. And then what really kind of like cemented was that doggone Indianapolis Colts. That defensive coordinator, he knew exactly what to do to expose us. And everybody had those cheat notes since then.
And what I like about picking up McCoy and big Dontari Poe is that them big bodies, man, our linebackers, they're gonna be roaming back there. And, them offensive linemen ain't gonna be able to reach that second level to get to them. And man, I can just see Jalen Smith, man, and LVE if he come back 100%. And I think it's gonna give our linebackers a lot more range back there, and that's gonna be good,
Yeah, and that's just what it is, man. And so I'm defense, man. I'm defense, and if C.J. Henderson is there, I just don't want us, because you heard my guy called earlier. We got to play against some dogs as it relates to wide receivers.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And as much as people kind of frowned upon Byron Jones, he didn't give up touchdowns. He wasn't like the Brandon Carr and the Mo Claiborne when he played on our team,
Right.
Brandon Carr doing a solid job now, though, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's some good corners out there. I mean, I think we'll be straight, Get some of them young cats out there. I love the way, Jordan Lewis, he play a lot bigger than what he really is. He's a monster back there, and he's going to be a free agent after this year, so I think we really need to address the secondary for sure.
Oh, certainly, man. That's a good call from you, man. You got anything else on your mind?
Nah, that's good, man. That's good. I'll holler at you.
Salute, bro.
All right, bro.
That's a good call, man. Good call. I like it when you guys challenge me, man. Putting me on the hot seat this late at night. I love it because now it makes me do more homework. I love Justin Jefferson. I love him. I think that we looking at this draft, and wide receivers are sexy picks, but give me defense, though. Ken Law ain't making it to the 17. He might be the guy, Campbell, that drop, unfortunately, his medicals and everything. I like Ken Law. I think that when you're talking about defensive interior, they do help out everybody. They do make the secondary look a little bit better. But you can hide those safeties, and you can hide some of the linebacker play. But that cornerback play, that is a big eye opener right there. Shout out to you, Drew. I see you over there, man. Really appreciate you, Uncle Drew. He's saying, go Birds. Y'all, mods, don't block him now. That's my dog over there. Although he representing the Eagles over there, let him make it. Let me see. Shout out to you, Almighty Forefather Trump, man. Really appreciate you, man. You're still holding it down over there, man. Really appreciate you, Tony Trey. And let me holler at some of my people that's over here on the Facebook, man. Jonathan, he said he like my dog over there, CJ. Law, who is the best wide receiver in the draft? Of course, it's CD Lamb, and then it could be your guy Jerry Jeudy, and then it could be the speedster Henry, and it's never the guy. Believe it or not, this top 10 or top 5 is going to be the major impact. Let the AI speak.
Simmons, trade up or trade back. GNITE. Y'all stay safe.
Good night. Making the $5 on the way out, man. Really appreciate you. Simmons, trade up or trade back for him. I mean, he would be an answer for your linebacker as well as your safety, and you get a 2-for-1 type of situation. You would. Give me Kenneth Murray, though. If you want to get cute with this draft and you want to look at this draft and say, okay, we get to the 17th pick and the player that we really like, and he's really not there for us right now, and we got multiple players with the same draft grade, and the Patriots want to move up from the 24th or the 23rd pick, whatever they picking at, to the 17th, and they willing to give us 2 seconds or 2/3 or something like that. All right, let's moonwalk back. Shout out to you. He says, in law, we have Donovan Wilson, old secondary coach. This is from Cav Hater. Hell burner, Cav Hater. Shout out to your name. Yeah, that could be a situation there. That could be a thing for us. Kimberly, thank you for tuning in to the nation. You're live. Terrence, Derek Brown, CJ Henderson, the Javon Kinlaw, Xavier, my dog McKinney, a Fulton, Grandale Pet, or trade number 17 for Jamal Adams. Yeah. 773. What's good?
What's up, bro? I got to talk to you, man, but I just want to call back and
no worries.
Pick your brain again, man. Man, as much as I love Jamal Adams, man, but I feel like this is the ghost of Earl Thomas too. You know,
he using the Cowboys as leverage, right? That's
I'm
what they do.
You, man.
Yeah, that's what they do. They use the Cowboys as leverage, get the biggest, fattest contract they ever seen in their life, and they live for the rest of their lives happy. You know, that's normally how it goes.
Yeah, I just don't see us. I mean, I'm telling you, I love that cat though, man. But dang, I just think it's gonna be too rich for us in draft capital and in contract and money. You know, I'm just like, man, if it was going to happen, it would have happened back in last season during the trade deadline. You know, I don't know, man.
I mean, it continually to happen, and it's the exact same philosophy too. Because Earl Thomas we were sitting like, okay, we gonna get him, you know, and then it never happened.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just sitting here just thinking about that, man. I just want to see what's your thoughts about that, man.
But I will say this, Jamal, he is a dog, and he will be a guy that they'll say, okay, you're gonna have 2 or 3 on D-Law's side. Well, we're going to put this safety down in the box. Got enough range to cover out in space so we can give you those traditional single high safety looks, and you can play a little press on both of the edges there. And with this 3-4, you can be sending Jalen Smith on the opposite side, still have Alden Smith, still have whoever, Randy Gregory, if Roger Goodell allowed that to happen. That blitz package alone, I don't know how the quarterback going to get the ball out.
No. I mean, yeah, I agree completely on that.
And you know the craziest thing about it, when you're playing a 3-4, you can put believe it or not, the box safety Jamal Adams, he can actually be your quote unquote Sam, or he can flip out of it and be your outside linebacker or what have you, or your inside linebacker. He can be he's so versatile in a sense that way, whereas he can give you linebacker play, and you don't know whether or not he's coming through the A gap or through the B gap, or he's going to turn his hip, flip back, and drop back in coverage. You just don't know. So you can do so many things. Because at one play you can have Jalen Smith blitzing, then you can say, "Oh, dog, he's dropping back out in coverage." Because nobody's going to have their hand in the dirt outside of the guy that's played at 0.
Yeah, and I know. I mean, who would you get? Well, I mean, Kenneth Murray or Patrick Queen? Because I keep hearing both names. I know we really in love. I got a bunch of OU. A whole bunch of my homeboys OU fans. They keep talking about K9. We gotta get this K9 cat. But I don't know. I'm a U fan. I'm a Hurricanes fan. So me, in the later rounds, we could pick up a Shaq Portman, which a 4-year starter for Miami. I mean, he has that dog mentality, and I could just see him. I mean, I don't know, but that's just my bias.
The Logan Wilson kid. You got some people out there that can make things happen, and especially at linebacker play. And this is what makes that hybrid style defense or the 3-4 defense so appealing, because you can do so much with guys with their flexibilities. Even if you get chasing, even if they do go that route with the chasing, I've seen him trail, cover upfield, got good hips, got pinned action to him. Everything that you saw out of DeMarcus Ware, I'm not calling him DeMarcus Ware, I got to preference that, but everything you saw out of DeMarcus Ware, I see a little of that out of Chasen.
I like Chasen too. I wouldn't mind him at 17. I mean, I don't want Zach Bond at 17. I think he's more of a second rounder.
Me too.
But I don't know. I'm excited, man. It feels good to talk to you about this because I'm just excited, man. I just feel the change is in the air, the defense. It just feels good, man.
Look, what we're really happy about, believe it or not? We're going to go through this season and we won't see a guy that's just clapping on the sideline. And I hate to say that, but it's just the reality of it. It's just
yeah, for real,
or this right here. How you doing, guys? I'm just so glad that I won't hear that. I mean, every press conference. How you doing, guys? Now, if Mike McCarthy say that one time at a press conference, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm definitely gonna lose my mind.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm just getting crunk over here.
I know you ready to hit something. I know it, man. I know it because, like somebody mentioned earlier, I forgot his name already. I think it was my guy Terrence on the Facebook page. Like any of these names would be crunk names. Derek Brown, a C.J. Henderson, a Javon Kinlaw, an Xavier McKinney. Fulton, you might get mad a little bit about that. But Grant Dilpet, all of those guys, those names, you just be like, okay, let me see what this staff is going to do with that. Or a Ruggs or Jerry Jeudy. All of those names sound good right now.
I'm telling you, man. Man, I'm just ready, man. I'm ready for next week, man.
Well, I know you're gonna join in with the late night hype. Me, Big Game James, and my guy Skywalker Steele with the Newfield, man. We're gonna be crunk, man.
Man, just say y'all gonna be doing something during the draft first round.
Well, I'm gonna give you the breakdown. It's like the 411 over here. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be doing the late night hype, of course. We will be doing that's going to be that Tuesday, and that Thursday we will be doing the as you can see right here on this little deal right here. We'll be doing the draft. We actually be doing the draft, so we have the full breakdown of every player, giving you guys our raw analysis. And, of course, we would have my brother from another mother, Big Game James, yelling out all of the good stuff. And then we would have the big board with Vonch Lombardi. We'll be his top 50 big board. And then my guy producing the show. It's going to be fantastic, man.
Man, great, man. I'll be tuning in for sure, man.
Tune in on it, man. And we're going to put I tell people all the time, we're going to put the F-U in fun. So.
Already.
Yeah.
Already, man.
All right, big dog.
If I got anything else, man, I'll holler at you again.
Yeah, man, just keep calling in. You got the magic. You got the magic hand.
Yes, sir.
All right, fam.
All right, bro.
That's a good call again from the 773s. I seen some other people call in. I don't have that call waiting in queue situation. So it's all jackleg, bootleg over here. But you can still call me at 682-214-4087 and get your point across or help me out with information. I'm always trying to learn something. So if you guys may know more than me right now on these players, and it's all open, you know. I'm not a guy that's going to be a czar or a person that say, hey, I know everything about this person. No, I like to be a little raw with it, you know. And 559, what's on your mind? You're live. 559, what's good? Call back, 559. I like to be a little raw with my evaluation. I look at some of the tape, look at some of the pivotal games that they play in, and especially I dive real deep when they pick up with the Cowboys. My worst thing is when I do a full evaluation and they go to the Bills or they go to the Eagles or somebody, and just right, Uncle Drew, they go to one of those teams. I know everything about them, but I be like, come on. 816, what's good?
Hello.
Talk to me, man. You live on the Nation.
Oh, man. I said this is a wonderful. And I said this is a blessing, man, for me to even talk to you, brother, at this damn time. I said, I'm from Kansas City, but I said I'm not from Kansas City. I stay in Kansas City, but I'm from the H-Town.
H-Town, get down. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I had a question with you, brother.
Talk to me.
I said, dear Liz, I'm thinking at our 17th pick, would you actually choose McKinney a safety, or would you actually, mind you, that we still got Alden Smith and we got Randy Gregory coming into the mix? That depends on Roger Goodell if he actually want to get off his high horse and ass to actually reinstate them brothers. But I said, if you got that in the mix, but that's a different way. It's a two-way street. If you want to go to saying, well, Roger Goodell just felt generous and said, you know what, I'll go ahead and reinstate Jerry Jones's boys to actually get in there. Put them in there, and then on top of that, they reinstated. So we got that right side over there, opposite side of Lawrence. So we got that side solidified. 17th pick, McKinney. Are you going somewhere else with it?
Man, I love
McKinney. We need cornerback because we lost Byron Jones. Byron Jones has already been a shutdown corner.
Yeah.
I say he's always been over there, but he ain't had no picks.
No picks, but he been solid, though.
Yeah, he been solid. That's my point. I said he been solid because Byron Jones, he said, you know what? He said, as long as I've been a previous athlete, he said, I'm going to shut this side down even though I don't have any picks, but you're not going to have no picks in my lane. And that's why he got that big contract. And that's why Miami said, you know what, we need you over here.
Yeah, him paired up with Xavier Howard, it's going to be nice.
And on top of that, I said, you still got to deal with Prescott contract, man.
Yeah, but the whole Prescott situation, they should have paid Prescott. You know, I love Jalen, I love Lyle, but they should have just went on ahead and paid Prescott first and then worry about those two on the back end, you know.
Yes. That's what I believe, too, because I said they should have waited for Zeke, even though Zeke was good, but Zeke was actually running behind a line that was actually built for Tony Romo.
But Zeke agency, man, they were smart though. They got in front of the horse. Yeah, and they scrapped on and said, okay, we're gonna ride it.
Yeah, they did what they had to do. They said, you know what, Zeke, I said, get it, but I get this good. And he said, you go ahead and hold out.
Yeah.
Because I said, ain't nobody else is gonna actually hold out and back out. And I said, that's why they actually had a backup with Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
To actually back Zeke up. But I was like, what if Jerry Jones will pull that trigger? I saw that other thing that you actually had with Randy Moss on there. I ain't gonna even get into that because I said that was good. But I said I've been born in April 1980, so I'm old school. I'll be turning 40 by the end of this month.
Oh, man, congratulations, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Hitting that 40. I saw a sign where it says life starts at 40. You know, it was a sign out there. I said, yeah, I can't wait till I get there, right?
No, man, but I see everybody actually comparing to James Harden and whatnot. He got that beard growing real good, though.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's a different story, baby. It's a different story.
Good old James. Shout out to you. I'm going to give you a shout out right quick. Shout out to A. Lovell for making a donation to help grow the nation. Thank you for the $10 holla, as my guy Big Game James would say, $10 holla. And Tyrone Church, man. Shout out to you. Donation. Boy, I just never forget, man. Off air, me and Big Game James was just talking about, the movie Coming to America, and we said that donation part was always funny, and that's why we always say donation from Coming to America, man. Boy, it's a good movie.
I love to listen to y'all, man. I listen to y'all all the damn time, man. I just joined your web chat tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually became a member. I've always listened to y'all as a subscriber, and I actually followed all y'all. And I said, you know what, man? I'm gonna go ahead and make that call, that $99 holler.
$99 holler, man. But hey, you know what? I really appreciate you though. This is what it's about. It's supposed to be a family show, or what have you, of people just. We don't like the Cowboys. We're supposed to all love them, and that's what I get from vibes from people calling in. We love these Cowboys.
Yes,
and just to piggyback off of what you said with the Alden Smith and the Randy Gregory, I think that the first, the strategic move that Roger Goodell is doing is already in play. Because if he was going to reinstate these boys, don't you think that he should have did it before the draft? Now he could. Now he got our feet to the fire. He got Jerry Jones sweating. I think that Jerry Jones just now took another shot of Johnny Walker Blue as we speak. Because you know what it is. It's just a petty war that's going on, and it's never going to stop.
It's been going on. It's been going on. I say them two been at each other's throats for the longest time. And I said it really actually cranked up when Ezekiel Elliott got suspended for some stuff he didn't do.
Right.
That's where it started at. And I said since Ezekiel Elliott actually got all charges acquitted from him, and he didn't do it. And I said there was nothing actually against him that actually did it, because that was, another Becky actually trying to claim another dollar. But
I
said I'm not going to get into that. But I said the thing is that I said things happen. I said Ezekiel Elliott was good, and they said, you know what?
Yeah.
This man actually looked at the Jerry Jones. He was like, you know what? He said, you've actually been in my throat for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you know what? I'm going to make you pay for it one way or another.
One way or I'm going to make you pay for it.
Another secretary. And I said, I forget the name of that lady that he sent as a private inspector.
Kia Robinson. Kia Robinson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And went out there. She said, I can't find anything on him. He said, I'm going to put something on him anyway.
I mean, it was a witch hunt from the beginning.
It's just that damn hate, man. It's just that hate of the Cowboy Nation, because they can't stand us actually being unified in unison to actually see us get together and actually do something with ourselves, man. I said, we had the picks, we had the coaches, and I said, if Roger Goodell said, you know what, you said, I can actually suspend your player for a whole year, but I guarantee you, I said, I'm going to actually get these damn coaches and make sure your ass don't make it to the damn playoffs. And one way or another, I'm actually trip you up one way or another.
One way or yeah. And if you, the biggest thing out of it, collectively speaking, when you look at the poor kid, I don't care what nobody says, but he'd never been the same since then. I mean, he used to be the clean-cut brother. I mean, he was an energetic, always goofing around in the locker room. That energy was contagious. We was like looking at it like, well, he survived the first year, and we was looking at 17 like, man, he's going to be really ready and lock-loaded. And then they start coming at that was the craziest thing of all. Like, it's 2017. He finished college in 15, you know. And so it was the craziest thing of all, man. He'd never been the same.
That should have been done with before he even went to the NFL, because a lot of them players back in the day, if you actually remember
Tyreek Hill and
I said they went through that in Lyle Collins.
Lyle Collins, although it was
remember that was all exonerated before he went to the NFL.
Right now it was Lyle Collins, it was Jordan Lewis. Those two cases was thrown out, right? And and it was
they actually got announced to the NFL. And then I said they were actually eligible for the NFL, but they were still pending cases.
Oh, pending cases, yeah.
They were pending cases after that. And I said after that, and I said they got exonerated. And I said they came to the police. I said the deal is with Roger Goodell. Let Roger Goodell do his damn thing as actually as far as NFL penalties, actually doing things while they're in the NFL. Don't actually go out here and exercise their right and actually want to go out here and just say, well, can you find a little bit more dirt on this player or that? Or something like that, you know. And then all of a sudden you want to hurt their chances and actually put a dent in their damn career just because you actually have a vendetta against the Dallas Cowboys because of Jerry Jones. I said, don't take it out on the players because of Jerry Jones.
Yeah, because the other kid
should actually get in a boxing ring and actually make a rumble of the jungle, just like that video game came back out in the day about 2000.
Yeah. Rumble in the jungle.
And do it.
And do it. Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy? They didn't even touch him at all. I think his name was, y'all help me out, was it Frank Clark? He had the same type of transgressions right before he made it to the pros or what have you. They didn't even touch him, you know.
No.
What's his name? Frank Clark? Y'all help me out. Y'all post in the comment box.
Over there with the Chiefs.
Huh?
Frank Clark is over there with the Chiefs. He's a left tackle, something like that.
I thought he was a defensive edge guy. I think his name was Frank, though. And y'all help me out, man. And I think that he was drafted. Now, he got traded to the Chiefs, you know. But I think he was drafted to the Seattle Seahawks, and they didn't do nothing to him. He had some domestic violence going on. And it just goes to show you that the Dallas Cowboys always have the target, and everybody else that they've performed domestic violence really don't count unless it's the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah.
You know what? Dallas Cowboys always had a target. I said this
Facts.
actually happened ever since when they start winning that money, and that's when they start winning. And when they start winning them championships, they was actually doing good.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, when Jerry Jones started doing his own thing, and I said that's when Jerry Jones and Roger Goodell started getting to the incident when Ezekiel Elliott came into play.
Yeah.
But I said that's not the first thing. But I said Jerry Jones has actually been known. Hey, don't get me wrong though.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jones is actually being known to actually take in trouble players like the longest yard, that movie.
Right.
He can take in players, and he can make them into something. But I say he has a way of humbling certain players. He can take in certain players, and I said we always been accustomed to that.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since we took in what's his name from Carolina Panthers, defensive end.
Oh yeah, Greg Hardy, yeah.
Greg Hardy, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I said a lot of that stuff started from that point. I said, and I've been a Cowboy fan for a long time. And I was like Jerry Jones. I said you cannot continue to keep on taking in trouble players, even though they got good talent. They can change it around, but I said the deal is that you're running a dice game with these players.
Yes, indeed.
You can't continue to run a dice game with them. I say even though they have that talent, but it's up to them to actually change that stuff around.
No doubt, fam. Hey, I got to give a shout out to Tyrone right quick, man. Thank you so much for making the donation to help grow the nation. He says the Giants kicker even wrote a book about it, man. Thank you for the $2 holler, Tyrone Church, man. Really appreciate you. He said, that kicker. I forgot his last name. I think his last name was Brown or something like that. And you know how that goes, right?
Oh yeah.
What else you got for the show, though, man? What else you got?
Oh man, I said I listened to you, Big Game James, and I said, what's his name? He's actually up there in New York. I said he's a newcomer to me, and I said I'm just actually listening to you a lot, and I said I appreciate your content and everything, man. I said y'all good guys, and I said I love to actually listen to y'all and actually go back and forth. But I said I'm worried about more of this draft that's coming up. Y'all gonna do a live draft or what?
Yeah, we're gonna do a live draft. We're gonna be for the long haul, man. But we're gonna do a mock draft that Tuesday night.
All the players that Dallas actually draft, though, they ain't gonna be about the whole of the 32 or 31 teams, right?
Well, you know what's going to happen here is the Tuesday night we're gonna do the late night hype, and we're gonna go all 7 picks for the Dallas Cowboys. And we're going to make it interactive, so we're going to have a situation where you guys can have your hand in the pot, too, as relates to the final decision of the people that we're going to pick in the draft. And then we're going to do some evaluations after that at mock draft show. And that's just going to be the late night hype. That's going to be on Tuesday night. But on Thursday night, we're just going to do the natural draft. You know, we only got 1 pick. Hopefully, we don't trade it away or anything, or trade back or out of the first round or something like that, and we'll do that.
I said, what would you really, deep down inside, what do you think the Cowboys going to do? Defensive end, other than Alden Smith and Randy Gregory, trying to get reinstated, and then safety that we ain't actually had for a long damn time since Roy M.F. Williams.
Roy Williams. What we gonna do, man? My prediction is that we're gonna draft defense. You picked up an offensive-minded head coach. You looked at this offense last year. We put up over 5,000 yards passing almost, and this offense, as relates to running, was running the ball everywhere. So I think that we're gonna lean on the defensive side of the ball. The people, we're gonna lean on defense.
How's that gonna come into contact? I know we got July 17th. The deadline for Dak Prescott's contract.
July 15th. My thing is, I just don't know. It could be a situation.
You gonna play under the tag, or he won't actually is saying, you know what, I'll play under the tag, and I said we'll see where we actually lie at, because I know Prescott.
Dak would not play under that tag. He's not gonna play under that tag. You want to know why? Before I let you go, here's why he won't play under that tag. He would not play under the tag because people crucified him when he played injured against the Eagles. That final game against the Eagles, win or go home or what have you in the playoff, when he didn't play up to par, people was looking at it like, nah, man, he was out there and he's supposed to do this, he's supposed to do that. He was missing passes, throwing the ball way into the bleachers or what have you. So Dak Prescott representatives looked at that.
Did he have a broken pinky finger?
No, he had a bum shoulder. He had a horrible shoulder, and he didn't practice all that week. So what's going to happen here is that his agents, his representatives are sitting there saying, you saw how everybody treated you that game. Why would you play under a franchise tag when it could be week 3 that same shoulder can get torn up, and then they're going to look at you again sideways, you see. So it's better to secure your future down the line. Yeah, so Dak, regardless of how we look at it, he's going to either have to put his foot down or he's going to have to sit out, And if that's just how I look at it, I don't think that he will play under the franchise tag.
But to hold out, I say he ain't got no choice but to hold out. That's his only leverage. But I said if that's not the case, and I said it's just Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones choose not to actually sign him to a long-term contract, then that goes back to your boy in Oklahoma.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. That's what they were interviewing earlier.
Yeah, but
So
they're just the formalities of it, man. Yeah.
Formality, but I
Yeah.
said, we start all over again if you want to do that.
Yeah, you do.
Dak already know the system. Jalen Hurts is actually trying to get acclimated to the new system.
True that.
So you actually putting yourself another 4 or 5 years in the making. I said, unless Jalen Hurts actually pull out a miracle through God or something, I say he can actually do it in 2 years and actually know his receivers or something like that. Unless Jerry Jones has actually got something with Mike McCarthy to actually build up a badass defense to actually modify to the quarterback perspective, and then you already got Amari Cooper that already signed a $100 million contract with $20 million a year.
True.
So I say you got them and I said we lost Randall Cobb. I hated that.
Yes, indeed, bro.
Oh man, I hated that. I said that was the worst trade. I said why couldn't you just keep Randall Cobb? And then you got Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup has always been a beast.
Yes, indeed. But I'm gonna let somebody else grab hold to the fall line, man. But I really appreciate you, bro, man. I really do, man.
That's no problem. I'm worried about our new center right now.
Yes, indeed, man.
Yes.
Yeah. But hit me back up. Hit me back up. Call me right back in. If you don't get in, then we will have somebody else come on in. But I really appreciate you, man. Appreciate you from the Kansas City, Kansas. I meant to say. Where you from? Kansas, right?
Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri, from the H-Town, via H-Town. Get down. All right, bro.
Yes, I love H-Town. I want to go back.
Yes, indeed.
I'll talk to you later.
Salute, bro. That's a good call, man. Good call from the 816, man. 682-214-4087. I think somebody called from the 469. Try to call back in. Here we go. 469, what's on your mind?
87. I think somebody called from the 469.
Turn your radio down. What's good, man? Call back, fam. All right, here we go. 559, what's on your mind? Plano, call back, man. Somebody else call it. Boy, it's a hotline now, baby. Yeah. Call back in. Plano, call back in. Yeah. Law, your Randy Moss video, hope the Cowboys get another great wide receiver for standalone complex. Yeah, we do need to get a great wide receiver. Let's see. 469, what's on your mind?
Yeah, we do.
What's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Trying to do it, man. How you living? Oh, just turn your radio down just a little bit. All the way down.
Nothing to it, man. Trying to do it, man.
Who do you think
Just turn your radio down.
My bad. Who do you think the Cowboys are going to draft at the 17th pick? You think Kenneth Murray?
Who we have available at the time? That's the only thing.
Because I've been hearing reports that they're going to draft Kenneth Murray.
Yeah, turn your radio down just a little bit more. I can still hear the reverb. If Kenneth Murray come on this team, it would be fantastic in a sense because we still have our reservation on LVE. His medical reports and everything like that have not came back clear from what I know. Now, he's saying that he's okay. His agent representative are saying it, but what we need to see is him physically out there running, hitting the sledge, what have you, or doing whatever it needs to be, as flipping his hips, doing those type of things, and then we'll have some high confidence. But outside of that, I think that if you look at it, Sean Lee is long in the tooth. Joe Thomas, yes, he's nice or what have you. The Gilmore kid, yeah, he's unproven. And March, he's unproven as well. So I just think that a true known position at that spot would be Kenneth Murray, who I think that's next level nastiness, that can help out this team in so many ways, especially if we're going to make that transition.
How would you feel about Zach Vaughn at 17?
Oh, my goodness.
He's a versatile player. He can play the edge, too.
I think that his draft stock might have dropped, though. He got caught with some diluted testing or what have you. So I think that he might fall in the second. I think that he'll be a better second day 2, what have you, or second round pick for us, opposed to that first.
Man, I'm just hoping we get C.J. Henderson. We need him to help our defense.
Yeah, I see CJ coming into this particular system humbled in a sense because he's going to have to play some special teams, of course. He actually, by him being from Florida, what have you, or I guess growing up and going into Florida, what have you, him and Amari Cooper shared the same coach. I read a little excerpt about that, and he can't wait to, I guess, match up with Amari Cooper. So hopefully, man, somebody like that, with these type of route runners that we have, I think that it will be a good testing tool for us. But C.J. Henderson, McKinney, Chasson, and Kenneth Murray, all of those picks sound fantastic to me. Even the Grant Dill pet, believe it or not.
That's what I'm telling people. Like, I do not want to give up a first-round pick to get Jamal Adams.
Yeah, I mean,
because I like Jamal Adams, but
we do.
He's gonna cost too much, man. I mean, I would be okay with giving him them next year, because next year we have a lot of comp picks.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not trade this year's first-round pick.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
That's all I wanted to say, man. Thanks for picking up.
I mean, anytime, man. Thank you so much for calling in. You have a good one, okay?
Appreciate it.
Salute. That's a good call, 469. Yeah, all of those numbers, 682-214-4087 is the complete number. You can text that number if you have information on any players or any ideals. Just always, you can text that number. 559, what's on your mind? Yeah. 559. You're about to hit that block on you. All right, so Cowboy Nation, when you guys call in, try to mute your line or what have you, and we can get things going in the right direction that way. All right, you got Kansas City calling back. Talk to me. You're live like 95. Kansas City.
Oh, Lord. I'm back with you, man. This is Landry from Kansas City.
Yes. Talk to me, man. What's on your mind with this?
Oh, man. I said, we're going to actually pick up McKinney or what? I said, where are we going to actually go to?
Mm-hmm. Well, McKinney, my thing is with him. He can play inside the box and he can free. Talk to me.
What's your feelings on it? I said, where do you think the 17th number 1 pick is actually going to go?
Where do I feel like gut feeling? My gut telling me that it's going to be McKinney. It's not going to be Kinlaw. It's not going to be and I love Kinlaw, and it's not going to be the right defensive edge guy, Chasson. I think that we filled in every spot, but we did not address safety. Look at it. They picked up a Maurice Kennedy, for crying out loud. They didn't pick up a safety. So my thing is, they could be the situation there.
Law.
Mm-hmm.
Law nation.
Talk to me.
You know damn well.
Mm-hmm.
They did not reinstate no Randy Gregory or Alden Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 players you cannot actually count for. And Roger Goodell actually looked at it and said, "Oh,
mm-hmm.
This is what you relying on." And then all of a sudden, I said, he was like, "You know what? I'm going to disregard this." I said, "These 2 guys are not going to be reinstated till the end of the year." Okay, so after that, your 17th pick, take away them 2. What's your next 17th pick?
Well, you got to understand this too. There's a guy from Boise State. You know how Boise State is, and they love some good old Tyrone Crawford. You know they love Tyrone Crawford. You know Tyrone Crawford, versatile guy. They can play right defensive edge and also play inside. So you know good and well they're going to look at it and say, okay, we're going to make the justifications. This is a 3-4 defense. We think that Tyrone Crawford, we paying him $8 million.
Crawford, they actually came off a hip surgery.
Yeah.
They could have cut and saved $8 million.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, you're actually talking about a guy that actually went through a hip surgery and wasn't even there last year. And I said, where are you going to go for edge rusher? Come on, talk to me, Law. I said, you going to talk to your boy over there at Ohio State that actually going to get it?
Well, my thing is, the reason why I say that, is because, you know, the Cowboys, they just don't make those type of hard cuts. That $8 million, they going to look at it differently. Like you and I would look at it and say, okay, we're going to cut them and get rid of them.
Players to the last minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. Until they ain't worth nothing.
Right. So they looking at it. They gonna keep Tyrone, man. they love Tyrone. You know how it goes.
Yeah, but damn, I said you can't sit up here and actually Jerry Jones is getting old. We all know that.
Right.
He's getting old. He's won the championship right now.
Mm-hmm.
So at that damn point, I said, where is he gonna go? Is he actually gonna trade down and actually give that 17th pick away to another team that's got a proven defensive end on that side?
That could be the situation, though. You know how it goes.
Where we going with it?
Yeah, it could be because
I'm thinking your boy from Minnesota.
Minnesota. Which one?
Yes, sir.
Who you saying?
That guy. Man, it's hard for me to say his name. It's hard for me to say his name. I said I can't remember his name, but I said he's actually been in the mix for a long time. But I said it's a guy from Minnesota that's over there as an edge rusher. He's really good.
Oh, you talking about Everson Griffin? You talking about Griffin?
It sounds, yeah.
Everson Griffin, you know, from Minnesota.
It sounds like him, but I said he's a good edge rusher over there in Minnesota. And that's why I'm thinking Dallas is going to actually be making a push, because if they can actually have the money, because they put a franchise tag on Dak and never yet signed him that money that he wanted to. So they still got money to play with. So what the deal is that I'm thinking they're going to actually go over there and actually make an acquired change with him, get Dak signed, and I said if they know what's best for him, draft McKinney, and actually get another linebacker in the third round.
Yeah, I mean, the wide receiver. Go ahead, talk to me. What'd you say?
I'm hoping it's that linebacker from Oklahoma.
Oh, Kenneth Murray. Yeah, I mean,
yes,
it could be that situation that they look at Kenneth Murray and say, okay, he would still be available at the 24th pick or 26th pick. Kenneth Murray still should be there. So they probably look at it like, okay, who wants this 17th pick, and see if we can squeeze out and get multiple draft picks for the second and third. So they might do that. And remember, they talked about this other guy that they was really high on, the center, Cesar Ruiz, or whatever, however you say this man's last name. So they could go that route as well. Yeah. So what else you got for the show, my brother? What else you got?
Oh, man. I said, I'm just worried about Dak Prescott's contract, man. I said, if Prescott is actually going to play under the tag or not, because
I don't think he's going to play under that tag.
I said, you got to have a quarterback to actually lead the team, right? If you ain't got a quarterback, then what do you got? Another Drew Bledsoe or Vinny Testaverde, or what's going on?
right now, man, is a hard situation to be in, and I just don't think that Dak Prescott, you know, his representatives are going to allow him to play under that franchise tag.
Yeah, Law.
Talk to me.
You do not want Dak to play like another Drew Bledsoe or Vinny Testaverde this year. You do not want to see that, because I say he may do that shit on purpose just because he don't have the money that he had. And I said, I'm a subscriber to Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. I see them every morning. I used to see them every morning. But Shannon Sharp has a point. He said, you know
what is his point?
His point is, he said, you know what, I will hold out. I will not actually give my point or even actually contact anybody. And you already know how Stephen A. Smith is with his books, BS or whatever. But Shannon Sharp said, you know what, he said, I've actually gave you 4 years of my best years from Mississippi State to actually give you what he had, 4,904 yards this year.
Yeah.
One of the top 3 passing raters that we actually had. And deal is, next said, I gave you 4 years of that on a soft-ass contract of only getting paid $2 million. And all you actually got to do with me is actually get me paid. And I said we can actually come into the virtual reality with Mike McCarthy and actually do some digital stuff and actually look up some new playbooks.
Yeah, man. We will see how all of that stuff unfolds, though, man. But it is what it is with that, man. Dak Prescott, he got to play some type of hard ball at this point, and I think that they somebody's going to cave.
Prescott does need to do a little bit more, and I say he does, but he actually put up. Where was he at? Not too long ago, he was actually third or second. No, we were second, if not first, in passing yards.
No, we Jameson, I think he was first or what have you.
That's one thing. I said, okay. I said we actually second and first in passing yards. And I said, what the hell's the money at?
Yeah.
Because Prescott did actually take a gamble. He said, look here. He said, this is what I'm gonna do. He said, I'm gonna ride or die on my shit.
He did, and he gambled, and unfortunately for those who don't like Dak Prescott, he won basically. Although you would say he didn't, but he won. Yeah, you're right. He won.
He did win.
He won it.
He did win. And the thing is, I said I wouldn't be too damn mad if Des Bryant actually came back.
No doubt, but man, I'm gonna let the 602 man. He just called in, so but we'll talk about that. Just call back, bro. Call back, bro.
Hey. All right.
Salute. All right, 602, call back, man. Yeah, that's a good call right there from Kansas City land. But what we're going to have to do, we're going to cut it off, man, after 3 minutes. So 3 minutes is the longest time somebody can be on the line so we can get everybody in. All right, so the 469, you got 3 minutes. Talk to the nation. What's on your mind?
What's up, Law? Plano back?
Yeah.
From Plano?
Plano. What's good, man?
Man, you think the Cowboys are
Oh yeah, turn it down just a little bit more. Turn it down just a little bit more. Yeah.
Do you believe that the Cowboys will draft Jalen Hurts in the middle round?
Here's my philosophy, and I said it before. I think that the Cowboys should, and that's the operative word, draft a quarterback in every draft. Every draft they should draft a quarterback. I feel that way. Gil Brandt feel that way. The Packers did it before in the early 2000s. The Patriots did it as well. So I think that we shouldn't pinpoint Jalen Hurts. I think that we should look at it collectively and say to ourselves, who can give this team a better chance as it being a quarterback that can do the modern things that everybody is doing now, the ability to use their legs, the ability to throw the ball deep down the field. So, yes, I'll look at it like this. But if the Cowboys do draft a quarterback, maybe it'll be in that sweet round, the fourth round.
Because I feel like Dak is going to hold out because if the Cowboys, if they really believe that Dak is their franchise quarterback, I think they would have signed it by now.
Right. Or this is the thing, and that's a good observation. The Cowboys should have signed him by now if he's the face of the franchise. Here's the thing. Knowing Jerry Jones and the Johnny Walker Blue that he drink, right?
Yeah.
He could have came to Dak Prescott and said, "Look, here's the contract in my hand. I want us to squeeze this thing out all the way to July the 14th, and I'm going to make a big press conference because we want all of this stuff. We want to set it up for this big powwow event at the Star in Frisco, and I wanted to make it grandiose appearance with your new home and everything, because Dak Prescott just recently purchased a house, for crying out loud. So it could have been something like that, or it could be the inverse. But Jerry Wayne Jones loved to make the biggest press conference with these type of signings and these type of dealings.
I mean, you know him. He loves attention.
He loves it.
Attention. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it make him live long. That's why it make him live long, man. The day he stopped asking for this attention, we're going to have to be worrying, you know.
Man, he should have gotten this Dak deal done in the third year itself.
Mm-hmm.
He dug this hole, but he dug himself in this hole.
Yeah, costing him over $25 million per. Because if you think about it, his market value at the end of 2018 was like 21, 22 million.
Yeah.
Now that market value is going to be 15 plus from there,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
33, 35 million.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, give or take. Just by him betting on himself, you know. But if you'd have cornered Dak Prescott then, because after 2018 it wasn't that great of a season, you can say that, well, Amari Cooper really saved his life, you know. Amari Cooper saved his life, Ezekiel Elliott's life, and it gave an extension to Jason Garrett. Yeah.
In 2018?
Yeah, after the 2018 season, they could have, right before the Super Bowl or right before anything, they could have just called Dak Prescott into the office and said, hey, I got $22 million on the table for you right now, you know. I don't think that the kid would have turned that down. He would have been looking at it like, you know what? You want me to sign with my left hand or right hand, you know. I can put my feet on there too, you know.
Mm-hmm. And do you think the Cowboys should go Dez Bryant route? Because I don't think they should.
It's twofold with the Dez Bryant. I'm on record saying that you wait till after the draft. If you don't get the dogs that you want in this particular draft, you bring Dez Bryant back for a cup of coffee. Don't guarantee none of the money. You give him pretty much the same deal that you gave Alden Smith.
Yeah, but my thing about that is where Dak and Dez left off. Like in 2017, they did not have good chemistry.
Yeah, but it's amazing that, you know, you right there in Plano, right down the street from where they was working out at. You know, it's amazing that they picked up the phone and they said, hey, let's run some routes in the midst of COVID, you know. So it could be some truth to this right here that Dez Bryant may be back with the silver and blue, you know.
I could see them drafting a receiver and then maybe taking Dez as number 4 receiver, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Dez is number 4 receiver. Hey, you know, whatever Vantel Bryant brought to the table, I think Dez can bring a little bit more. So it is what it is with that. You know, I do know that it's a hard pill to really look at, but if Dez Bryant don't get signed by the Dallas Cowboys, I truly believe that he probably can be over there in Kansas City land.
I honestly feel like the Cowboys are going to draft a receiver probably in the 4th round, maybe. Either 4th or 3rd round.
Yeah.
I mean, if CeeDee Lamb is there in the 1st round, then I could see them taking him in the 1st round, but
yeah, I just don't
I could see them getting Devin Duvernay.
Duvernay is pretty cool, you know. If you like DJ Moore, if you like Steve Smith, if you like those physical short wide receivers, I think that he's compact built. I think that he's quick, he's fast, he's elusive. He don't have a lot of wiggle, but I think that his mentality speaks everything of what you can put in that slide or what you can do the end around with and still give you some physicality. So I think that the Cowboys might just look at him and bring him in too, you know, if push comes to shove.
Don't sleep on Tyler Johnson because he actually has similarities with Michael Gallup.
Mm-hmm.
Even his size, like they're similar in size. So I could see them bringing in Tyler Johnson. Most certainly.
Mm-hmm. I like Tyler Johnson as well, but we will see though. I like the Kentucky kid too, Land Bowden or Bowden.
Oh yeah, I like him.
Bowden.
He's good.
Bowden, it's okay, it's his name. Yeah, Bowden, believe it or not, he have more yards from scrimmage than any other wide receivers in his draft that's coming out in his draft.
I know there's a lot of sleepers in this draft, man.
Right.
Like you could get one in the 5th round. And
Jalen Reagor, you know, I like that kid.
Oh, Jalen Reagor?
Yeah.
He's solid. You can draft one in the 5th round and they'll make an instant impact. It's crazy how loaded this receiver cores in this draft.
Yeah, this class is crazy. So that's why I'm leaning on defense. That's why, I think that that's the route that we should go with. And I think that when you have a good defense, even though, the Kansas City Chiefs, they won a Super Bowl and people thinking Pat Mahomes and these sort of, but I'm looking at that defense. They had to stop the run.
Of weapons around
him.
Take the team to you got
right.
A good team is successful in all three phases.
Yeah.
Special teams, offense, and defense.
No doubt. But, man, I really appreciate you for calling in, man. I'm going to let you go. I thank you so much for calling in to the nation.
I appreciate you.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. Salute. Good call from the 469. Putting everything out there, man. I thank everybody for calling in. I'm going to shut it down. It's been an hour and 44 minutes. I really appreciate you all. Thank everybody for tuning in to the nation. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. If you calling in now, like my guy from the 561, shoot me a text, man, and I will try to do a longer show tomorrow morning or something like that. Hopefully I can get one in tomorrow. And we'll talk more about the draft. We'll talk more about the possibilities. I thank those who made the donation. I really do. I thank those who support the channel by sharing this content. If you're on my Facebook page, continue to share. And 460, man. Oh, is it 480 or 460? Let me see what we got. I see y'all, man. Just 480, man. Just shoot me a text. I'll let you get in tomorrow when we talk. I really, really, really want to know what's on y'all mind and mental and all those things. But your brother got to get some shut-eye. So that's what I'm going to get, some shut-eye. And the 559, I will pick you guys up later. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Oh, I gotta see some fire emojis, man. Don't go to bed on me right now. Give me some fire emojis, man. Y'all help a brother out. I gotta see some fire, baby. Yeah. And y'all jam on out to this beat, man. Y'all know how this thing go, baby. Yeah. Let's go. Oh. Check y'all Roku devices. Check y'all Fire Stick TVs. Law Nation will be there as well. Also, check out Law Nation's Facebook page, LAWS Nation, Instagram, LAWS Nation, Twitter, LAWS Nation, Periscope, LAWS Nation. Oh, I got a website, lawsnation.net. I'm there as well. 2 YouTube pages, LAW Nation. Let's continue to grind, baby. Yeah, let's go. And remember, you guys already know. Hit me up with those fire emojis and let's go. Morel, I see you. I see you, Morel. I thank you so much, man, for joining the membership squad, Morel. Let's go. I ain't trying to block you, Morel. Willie Washington. Let's go. Joyce, y'all put down where y'all are from. You gonna jam on out money making mall. What's good? Yeah. Let's go. Come on. The facts of life, baby. Recharge your mind, recharge your grind. Hoping at time that we can rewind to a place like this. When you get your mind together, nation, I'm telling you, if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough, that you don't get tired of it. And it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it. If you'll gladly go out and sweat for it, and fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of God or man for it. If you will simply, just simply go after all of those things with all of your heart, soul, and sinew and desire. Cowboy Nation, you will get it. Yeah. Shout out to y'all. Morel, shout out to you, man. Really appreciate you. Let's go. Come on, Nation. Let's grow, baby. Come on. Reopen your mind to it, Cowboy Nation. This year right here is a brand new feel, a brand new situation. We don't have Coach Redball no more. No. We have the opportunity right now to change the narrative, to remove those propagandas and the agendas that these national media like to put out there, like the Stephen A. Smiths of the world. He don't get a chance to watch these Cowboys like we do. Oh, the Shay Sharps, the Skip Bayless, all of those guys that kind of sully and denigrate, and those who out there that perpetrate and pretend that they like the Dallas Cowboys and they wear the silver and blue, but they talk so much noise. And I'm going to tell you guys right now that this Dallas Cowboys, the people that follow the Law Nation show, I'm telling you guys that you guys are more educated than most, because you guys are getting the raw thunder from me, Big Game James, Mark Holmes, my guy, my brother from another mother, Vaj Lombardi. You guys getting the raw, real information. We don't sugarcoat these things around here, just like my brother West Coast Steel. West Coast Cowboys and my guy Skywalker Steel with the new feel. We give you guys the raw feel, and we telling everybody that we coming with a vengeance, Cowboy Nation. Let's grow. Let's continue to grind and shine, baby. That's been my time again. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.